I'll leave you with a song. I promise you, I'll leave you with a song. Because I want to drop the song now. I want to look for the song. But I'll leave you with a song. But do you think ghosts are real? How would you treat a letter and a parcel from a ghost friend on your birthday? Sharing the fun and excitement of the ghost and love experience of the Soa family in Uncle Ibo White's play, Dora. Wow.
Why?
Dora has been dead for 30 years, yet Reverend and Mrs. Soa find this note. Good evening, Thomas and Mabel. Today marks the 30th anniversary of my death. This is to keep my memory alive. Signed, Dora. Is this note really from Dora? If not, who's behind this cruel prank? And what does he or she want of the Soas? Roman Production invites you to the exclusive streaming of the play on Saturday, 31st July and Sunday, 1st August, 2021 at 7 p.m. each night. The rate is only 40 Ghana cedis. To be added to the guest list, call 0505 546 010 or WhatsApp 0505 546 030 or send an email to info@rovermanproductions.com now. Roverman Productions, be the difference. Uncle, I've got a song for you. Listen to this one.
Is Sammy in any way behind this?
Oh, this one. Sammy, I didn't see him in the studio. This one for you. Okay, Uncle, I got this for you.
Because of this song, breakfast for the team.
Nice.
No, nice. That was beautiful and wonderfully done. So thank you very much.
Uncle Bo.
Yes, Anyan Penyin.
Yes, General Secretary of the Anyan's Rights Association of Ghana. Yes, we too, we are persons. That's our motto.
We too, we are persons.
We are persons. When
oh my goodness.
Our other motto is when they go low, we go high.
No, when they go low, we go lower.
No, we go high. We fly. We fly, so we go high.
Anyway, this has been you guys have mafiaed me today.
Once you talked about demons and principalities,
I mean,
we have to look for
a natural progression to
this is one of the songs that A.B. Crental does that doesn't generate a lot of controversy.
Yes, one of the few.
None of his songs generate controversy for me because the creativity. He's one of the most creative.
Oh yes. Yeah.
One of the most creative, and I love him for that level of creativity. Even Moses. Yes.
Moses.
That's the one you wanted to talk about. And
he told me that Moses one day you were singing the song.
Yes.
When the song starts, it's so nice.
Yeah, it was nice.
Then it gets into the talking, and that's where the problem is.
Yes.
So his mother said, "Ebe, what are about the minimum? Go far from them. What's hard to ban na? I said, "Na not to them. What's my ferryman?"
Oh,
because the song. The boys do like the song in the university those days.
Oh yeah,
we put it on replay.
But by modern standards, it's not so.
No, it's not a bad
shocking.
One.
It's not so shocking. We have some very, very shocking lyrics in modern music.
Yes, yes, especially some of the gangster things. Yeah. And of course, that is brought to you by Gangster Chief Kojo.
Oh, me, I'm the same Anyan representative. I'm also Gangster
Well, on Saturday this weekend is the streaming of Dora. Why? Join us. You can call 050-554-6010 and get all the information you need. And my book, Let's Talk About Sex, is out there. There are copies right here at Joy.
Wow.
You'll get some in all the outlets we normally use for our tickets. So please get a copy for yourself and for a friend. Let's talk about sex. About 12 years ago, a friend of mine was appointed head of a very important state-owned commercial establishment that provided a vital service to the public. The establishment has struggled for years with mismanagement, incompetence, and embezzlement. The appointment of my friend was the government's last-ditch attempt to save the establishment from total collapse. My friend was no stranger to the establishment, having worked there for years, and he knew that the establishment had the potential of serving the whole of Africa. But as it was struggling to serve even the needs of those in Accra. He also knew that the establishment could be self-sustaining, but it was heavily dependent on government subvention. He resolved, therefore, to leave his mark and set a standard that would be the gold standard for public service in Ghana.
Okay.
He lost no time in getting into action. He tightened internal checks and internal controls to plug the leakages in the system. And without adding on any new services and without increasing the fees charged the public, the internally generated income of the establishment increased by as much as 700% within a matter of months. When I visited him, my friend was upbeat and very excited about the changes he had brought to the establishment, and especially about the revenues he was generating. But I was alarmed by the implications of the results. You see, if, let's say, an establishment is making, let's say, 2 million cedis a month, and you, Winston, you come and just by tightening internal controls and internal checks, you're able to increase revenue from that 2 million cedis to 14 million a month. That means that you are depriving some unscrupulous, greedy people in the system of as much as 12 million Ghana cedis a month. And Winston, they will fight back to protect their loot. In my friend's case, he was in effect costing the mafia that operated in that particular establishment too much for them to let it go. So I said to him, my brother, you are in big trouble. You'll be sacked. He laughed and said, Ebo, you don't understand. With the results I am producing, nobody will sack me from here. Well, a week later, I began to see reports in the media accusing him of all kinds of things. One report said he was too autocratic. Another said he was not operating within the system and that he was causing the establishment financial loss. These reports were accompanied by various sectors of the staff going on strike. First, demanding for salary increases, and when it came out that he and Labour were already working on a comprehensive review of working conditions, then the reasons for the strikes changed. And before long, the strikes were simply demanding his removal. Within a year, the man who had done so much for the establishment was out. He had been made to look so evil that there was no public sympathy for him. In fact, the public for whom he fought to improve the services of this establishment rejoiced that he was gone based on the false and vicious reports they had been fed. Now, it was not the first time I had come into contact with this phenomenon in Ghana. And this brings me to what I want to talk about today, which is the Jezebel syndrome.
Okay.
Jezebel in the Bible was married to King Ahab of Israel. As a queen, she managed to make herself very influential and powerful. Then one day, her husband, the king, came home sad and refused food. Jezebel was worried and puzzled. She knew there was no famine, neither was the nation at war, so she could not understand why her husband, the king, was so down. The king opened up to her and disclosed the source of his sadness. It turned out that the king had been eyeing a property that belonged to Naboth. The property was in very good location, and the king had gone to Naboth and asked him to sell the property to him, or if he preferred, he could be compensated with a better property elsewhere. Naboth said to the king that the property was an inheritance from his ancestors, and he would not be guilty of selling the inheritance of his ancestors. The king, being an Israelite, knew and understood the importance of a family inheritance, and so he did not push it. But his failure to secure the property he had set his heart on, had broken his heart. When Jezebel heard this, she assured the king not to worry and to cheer up, and then she set into motion a process to take the property from Naboth for the king by any means possible. And this is how she did it. She used the king's name to order the elders and nobles of the city to call a fast and give Naboth a seat of honor. Then she asked them to hire 2 people who could be bought to say or do anything to accuse Naboth falsely of cursing God, both God and the king. Then officials were to use the accusations as a pretext to declare him guilty and drag him out and stone him to death. And this was what happened. Naboth lost his life for protecting the inheritance of his ancestors and the interests of the future generations that he was protecting. And the king took over the property. The Jezebel syndrome is very common in our part of the world. It happens when an influential person uses his or her influence to get rid of anyone standing in the way of his or her greed. The interesting thing is that for the Jezebel syndrome to work, those whose interest the good person is protecting are fed false information to the point where they are convinced that the man standing up for them is evil, and they become the instruments for that person's destruction or removal. The Jezebel syndrome succeeds because the public is often too naive to believe everything they hear in the media and every accusation thrown at a public figure. The Jezebel syndrome is a tool of greedy, influential people who want to continue looting the nation at the expense of the common man. And the genius of the syndrome is that the greedy, influential people manage to turn the public against the very person who is guarding their interests. You see, when the greedy, influential people looting the nation are thwarted in their nefarious activities, they did not come out to say, oh, you see, we were raping the nation and looting the nation, and this person is standing in the way. No, they don't say that. What they do is to look for people who have a modicum of integrity to accuse a person falsely and incite the public to anger against that person, and voila, the public swallows the lie and agitates until the person is gone. That is how the Jezebel syndrome works. Until people learn to ask 2 simple questions, the Jezebel syndrome would always succeed. The questions to ask are: 1, whose interest is this person threatening? And 2, who stands to gain from the removal of this person?
Thank you very, very much. Whose interest is this person serving, and who stands to gain?
Gain.
2 very important questions, and let it shape your life.
And that happens to everybody, even people, even those of us in the media, where sometimes agitation can come. We don't want this guy on there. We don't want this guy on there. You should always ask whose interest is being threatened by the stand this person is taking, and who stands to gain. If we do that, we will defeat the Jezebel syndrome.
Thank you.
And that
very
is
much.
what the vice president meant by demons and principalities.
Yes, the demons and the principalities, those who are fighting against the nation. Thank you very much, Uncle Ebewai, for joining us with Food for Thought right here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. Time for the Joy Business Minute, brought to us by Consolidated Bank Ghana, CBG, we stand with you, and Vodafone, together we can. So, as an SME go-to bank, Consolidated Bank Ghana has developed a business solution for all your pre-export and post-export shipment solutions to meet all your export finance needs. Quickly sign on to the CBG Export Finance Solution and enjoy the following benefits: quick access to financial assistance, access to finance to discount export receivables, no tangible collateral required, competitive interest rates, access to export advisory services, competitive exchange rate to exchange export inflows to cities. So for more information, walk into any CBG branch near you or contact us on 0302 216 000. Email info@cbg.com.gh. Visit our website cbg.com.gh or on our social media handles for update. Terms and conditions apply. CBG, we stand with you.
Hello, welcome to the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Consolidated Bank Ghana. We stand with you, and Vodafone Business. Vodafone, together we can. Government is set to announce some $25 million as seed funding towards the development and manufacturing of COVID-19 vaccines in Ghana. President Akufo-Addo announced this Sunday night. Each Ghanaian will pay a little above 11,000 Ghana cedis if the country's debt of 332.4 billion cedis is shared amongst 30 million of the nation's population. The Monetary Policy Committee of the Bank of Ghana is set to announce a new policy rate today. The committee has been meeting to review the economy. And elsewhere, food supply industry bodies have said the UK government's effort to deal with self-isolation pandemic are chaotic. Supply firms are having to fight to keep supermarkets stocked with food, one industry body warned. And that's the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Consolidated Bank Ghana. We stand with you, and Vodafone Business. Vodafone, together we can.
Get digi with it. 924 hash. Get digi with it. 924 hash. On your mark, ready, set, let's go. CBG Mobile USSD Young Co. Star 924 hash. Bank the go. Smartphone no. Young phone no. Ever fire money transfer. For 3 hour water bill. For 3 hour light bill. Factor credit. Star 924 hash. You deserve it. Let's go. Get digi with it. Star 924 hash. Get digi with it. Star 924 hash.
CBG is empowering you to get digi with CBG Mobile. Simply dial star 924 hash and get digi with it.
CBG, we stand with you.
My name is Shamima Muslim. I am the convener for the Alliance for Women in Media Africa. I have often wondered how much information on sexual and reproductive rights issues gets to people affected with mental health conditions. What about you? And that is why we have to include persons living with mental health conditions in the framework of sexual and reproductive health issues. They are like every one of us, with deep-seated needs of access to sexual and reproductive health information and services. Let us involve them in these conversations. Let us close the lack of access to information on sexual, reproductive, and health rights. Thank you.
This message is brought to you by Basic Needs Ghana and funded by Amplify Change.
Days when I used to spend time making up
to have a smooth face
are over now. New Geisha Black Soap is the bomb. It gives me silky smooth skin that leaves my whole body glowing all the time.
New Geisha Black Soap with activated charcoal and New Geisha Moringa Soap with glycerin. Say yeah to smooth, soft and glowing skin. This advert is FDA approved.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
All right, so welcome back and thank you very much for staying with us. Time now for Big Stories here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. And Big Stories is brought to us by GCB, your bank for life, Vodafone, Together We Can, and Latest Foam, your partner for life.
So are you looking for sofas made for comfort, durability, quality, and perfect finishing? Do you want a one-seater, maybe a two- or three-seater? Crafted to the finest detail and available in all kinds of colors for your home, office, or hotel? Are you looking for a student or orthopedic or king or queen size double, single mattress or pillows to buy? Well, there's one place for it. It's called Latex Foam, your one-stop shop, whatever your choice or budget. Latex Foam is your partner for life. Now, here's a caution. Be careful with persons on social media who are posing as workers of Latex Foam and duping the unsuspecting public. Latex Foam does not do delivery to individuals, so please ignore any request on social media that you should send money or items to be delivered to you. Please deal with Latex Foam at their showroom and authorized agents and ignore the criminals on social media.
Well, data is a necessity for everybody and everything these days, and that's why Vodafone gives you the most amazing and best value offers in Ghana today. Whether you're learning something new or working from home or connecting with friends and family or running your personal business, you can reach your highest potential with Vodafone data. Get great value with the best data offers and services in Ghana and connect to endless possibilities with 1.23 gigabyte no expiry data for only 5 Ghana cedis, 3.4 gigabyte for only 10 Ghana cedis, and 9 gigabyte for only 20 Ghana cedis. Dial star 700 hash on Vodafone and select the value bundle that suits you or your business. You can go further with the power of Vodafone data. Vodafone, together we can. And so this morning we're having a conversation about COVID-19. The president addressed the nation yesterday, and in what looked like easing of some restrictions, the president talked about how we can now have funerals, open air spaces, with social distancing, not more than 2 hours, but post-event receptions are banned. He also talks about how you can go ahead, yes, have the weddings, but post-wedding receptions also banned.
Right.
Few questions arise. And so you ask yourself, why would the president want to, ease these restrictions at the time when we are in a third wave, at the time when we say the Delta variant is more deadly than what we have seen so far in this country?
Okay. Now, first, let's see if we can understand exactly what the president is saying to us, whether they amount to an easing of restrictions. When we come back from these messages, we will play back everything that has been said from the time these restrictions were put in place until yesterday, when the president announced these new, what he calls enhanced measures. That's all to come after these.
We know you better than they do. We cushioned you in the heat of the COVID pandemic when you needed us most. It is now time to help you take care of your post-COVID needs. From June to December 2021, your biggest and largest bank, GCB, is cushioning salaried customers